Ah, this is so annoying. Weird that it seems to do it between games as well. It's so odd. Let's see, what rank is this Darius? Okay, this is Diamond 4 Darius. This is a lower ranked lobby again. Playing against Darius is almost identical to playing against Set. The only difference is that you actually have kill pressure on Darius. Because Darius doesn't have Set W.
Words may fell empires.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn.
The sky is not but dying stars.
Minions have spawned.
Burdens sleep best in their tombs.
So basically, all I was doing here was trying to make sure that my teammate doesn't int. Now that I know that Darius is leashing, I can happily leash without screwing myself over. Also means I know I can walk the risky way to lane, because he physically cannot get here fast enough to stop me. So, same as the thingy matchup.
Centuries
What I want to do
watched.
is walk up an E, hitting the creeps, hitting Darius, but not hitting these backline creeps. That's the important thing. Anything Darius does to the wave is really bad for him. I'm going to do literally nothing to the wave,
Dawn comes.
even though it means I miss some CS. Here I'll E, because it doesn't hit any creeps. So, this is kind of the hardest part of the game. And he's not really getting anything out of me here.
Lies ahead.
I'm going to E like this. It's going to get me a fair few CS. But mostly, it's just going to get me some XP. Oh, I missed it. That's unfortunate. you know, you don't need to get the CS early in this lane. You just need to let it come into you and survive, and then eventually Darius becomes a minion that can't deal with Wither, can't deal with E.
Try my patience. Some things.
Now I'm going to use TP into Ghost again, as I did against Set, where it was TP into Ignite. Okay, he's just giving me these 2 creeps. Yeah, now I'm going to use the TP. This is really interesting. This minion kind of causes it to... Actually, no, it meets in the middle, but he's going to push it into me anyway. Perfect. TP top. Darius is half health, half mana, and full health, full mana. Sees them, that's fine. Take the script.
I walk through the age.
Right. Kind of annoying that Blitz and Kindred took some XP there. I kind of need the XP. And now he's really in trouble. So now I want this to be slow pushing into him. Now it does make me vulnerable to a gank, but it makes it really hard for him to reset. And if you look what I'm doing to him now, I'm just going to E him on cooldown because he's low as anything. He's so low on health. And now if he bases, you don't actually think I'm going to allow you to base there, do you?
An enemy has been slain.
So he does base, so now I'm going to push this wave and the next wave into his turret, and then I'm going to base. And then I'm going to come back to a wave that's coming into me. And he's going to come back to a wave that's going away from him. It's really not ideal for Darius. And there you go. Fundamentals come out on top once again. I'm winning the early game against Darius through purely fundamentals. This, and we'll get a mana crystal. It's looking exactly the same as the Set and Trundle games. I played the waves in exactly the way I wanted to play the waves, and now I'm level 6. I'm getting out of that danger zone where Darius is stronger than me. Around level 10 is where it really swings into Nasus's favour. I'm already level 6, and this wave's coming into me, and I'm completely safe. There's no way I can die here, because all I have to do is just wait for this wave and catch it. I don't play for anything that I don't need to. I just wait. Oh, yeah, I'll wait for this wave. I'll just E him there because these minions are going to be slow, so this E is going to disappear by the time they see, and now it's not going to do any damage to the wave. It pops his bone plating, it gets me a mana flow stack, which my mana flow is now complete, by the way. And I'm going to look for this E here, getting those creeps, and ideally it would have hit Darius too, but it didn't. Not a problem. Now this is going to crash if I don't do anything, so I may as well just E it and E him. See if he E's me. He doesn't E me. Cool. So this is Q on cooldown, so I'll E him again. You can see, like, this is starting to look really frustrating for Darius. See how frustrating that looks? And that's basically the entire matchup. He's just navigating the early game. Not letting him recall there. Just so that I can get to this point, where I can start being really fucking annoying against him. Oh, there's another wave. This needs crashing. I can also take a plate. I almost autopilot recalled there. And now the game is won for me. Like, top lane is won. I'm past the point where Nasus starts... Well, I'm very heavily accelerated by having a gold lead. But once I get 3 more levels, the game gets very, very hard for him. I could have got the buckler. I don't know why I didn't buy the buckler. I'm just I'm missing 10 haste for no reason. And the haste is really nice. So he thinks he's doing something to me here, but he's not, because I'm phase rush. All he did was push the wave into me faster. And lose some health. And it just doesn't look fun for Darius, does it? It just does not look fun for Darius. Bonk. Right. Now we get the buckler.
Some things must remain buried. Shurima is not of this time.
Killing spree.
So that's just a showcase of Darius not realizing that he can't kill me while I have phase rush, wastes his ghost for no reason. This is something that happens a lot in my games against Darius, actually. They don't realize that they can't kill you there, and they lose their ghost. Spacing. Now if I land one more E, boom. Next time he walks up, I think I need one more E actually. He's healed quite a lot for some reason. Right, now if he walks up, he's dead. I just all in him. So he has to be very, very careful now. He's now within kill range, which... Not under his tower, he's not, obviously, but in the lane, like, the kill range is generally about half health. But the reason that I say level 10 is where it gets very hard for Darius, is that now I have my maxed... My maxed E. I've also got 3 points in Wither. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, I can't reach. Alright, Kindred gets it. Wave's gonna crash, so I'm gonna recall. Nice. Darius alive, I'm gonna ping it. That was a really awkward dive, but it worked out in the end. Let's get this. The axe actually helps quite a lot with the all-in against Darius. You just auto him a lot more. And I'm hitting that level 10 power spike that I was talking about. So you'll see Wither is going to go from a 59% slow to a 71% slow. And when you watch Darius get withered once I'm level 10, you'll be like, holy shit, he can't play the game. And that's why the level 10 spike for Nasus is like, Jesus. And then 12 and 13 it gets even worse, but... There's level 10? Okay. Look at this. I missed my E, but like, he's so slow, he can't play.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been
With it. Space, space, space. E. Like, what can he do? I'm going to drag this wave. This is going to make it start coming into me. So now he's basing, thinking he can... Or is he... Okay. I thought he was going to, like, do what he is doing. Then I thought he was basing, so I was going to make him miss a wave by shoving. Let me just drop a free E on his head.
Perhaps Shuri is meant to fall.
That didn't look fun, did it?
shut down.
We approach a time of reckoning.
If you kill them and the jungler can't kill you, you should proxy. The reason you proxy is that it makes them miss another wave to the turret, and you have even more time to come back to lane without them responding by crashing a wave into your turret. And since they can't crash a wave into your turret, it guarantees that it's going to be pushing into you instead of them bouncing it back into them.
Your
The
team
proxy's really
has
powerful.
destroyed a turret.
No dawn comes without darkness.
This is a pretty flawless Darius game. Like, Darius matchup game. It really does highlight why I think Nasus counters Darius, as long as outside of the first, like, 4 levels. Like, Darius is really, really good into Nasus in the first 4 levels, but after that, I think it's very hard for Darius to actually do anything. Okay. Power's worth more than Ezreal here.
Legendary. Your team has destroyed a turret.
And this game is very, very over. My stacks. My beautiful stacks. I'll probably upload this one as well. It's a pretty solid, like, representation of a, or like, pretty solid example of a matchup guide to Darius. Like I did with the Trundle one. Shows, like, how to play the waves, how to... I think I did some, like, E-ing to the side to, like, early game to bring the wave into me, making sure that my E doesn't hit the whole wave. But yeah, then just showing how to space, how to know, like, play around phase rush and things like that. It's really hard for Darius to do anything, especially once you're ahead, you just take over. Hey, there's Syndra.
Your spirit is hot.
Sometimes they walk up there and you get a kill. It's not going to do that much damage. mildly inconvenient. But I'm just going to heal through it while I'm farming the wave, so... I'm going to walk out of vision so that Syndra thinks she's safe, and then maybe I can walk up and with her. No. Okay. Just deny this wave to the turret.
Ally has been slain.
I bring death.
And we'll head over here. Ooh, nice hook.
An enemy has been slain.
Can't wither him. The Rel was stood on top of his model. Oh wait, if I wither Syndra here? I wither Des. Really good wither. If I had to try and break this Nasus strat, how do you do it? Because obviously there's certain picks that can neutralize and outscale. Okay, I can show that if you'd like. In like practice tool or something. GP doesn't neutralize and outscale. GP gets absolutely destroyed by Nasus. He just cannot take the E damage. You go Airy, you go Scorch, you go Dark Seal Dorans, and you just E him to death. And I guess what you're thinking is that he could W through it, right? But if the GP ever Ws the Nasus E damage, Nasus just withers him, ults, and kills him. Because he doesn't have his cleanse anymore for the wither. Trying to get rid of the creep so that he can hook.
Errant words.
An enemy has been slain.
Pretty good space in there waiting for my cooldowns.
Your team has destroyed a
Yeah, I'll show some things you can do against this strat after. And there are champions, like Set, I was saying earlier, is one that just wins. Warwick should just win. And you just go second wind D-shield and bounce waves, you still kill him through second wind D-shield. Garen's pretty good, yeah. Garen is a good answer. Normally what I do against Garen as Nasus is I take first strike and I just scale. I just E him and get free money, but sometimes I'll take phase rush and scale as well. It is, like you said, it neutralizes him. Nothing happens, but I think Nasus outscales Garen, so I think it's like slightly Nasus favored, but Garen can win.
A summoner has disconnected. Victory.
That was a pretty perfect game. Okay, so I'm going to show some things you can do straight away. That there is one thing that you can do in general in most of these matchups. So we're going to pretend that I am Set or oh, I can be Darius, right? Let's do Darius. This is what Darius should have done this game. Okay? Obviously my runes aren't Darius runes, but that doesn't matter. So I'm going to be Darius, and I'm going to show what he should have done. Okay.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
I have my
Minions
order.
have spawned.
So minions have spawned. So what Darius did in the game was he was here and he was leashing level 1. Okay, I think this is the worst possible thing you can do level 1. You don't need to leash. Like, junglers have such good clear now, they can just do it. Okay, so what should he have done instead? He should have been stood in this bush. Now, why does he stand in this bush? What was my entire game plan? It was use my E to get farm in ways that causes the wave to push into me, right? I want the wave to push into me. Darius should do this level 1. Now, why does this help Darius? Now, yes, he loses some health, but does that really matter? No. This wave is now hard pushing into Darius. Like, it's slow pushing into him. There's no way that I, as Nasus, can ever stop it pushing into him. If he just sits here and farms the wave, it will just push into him. I have to overextend, and then he can ghost on me and run me down early. Like, this is the #1 thing that you want to do.
Nasus will run.
Do you see how this wave is now coming into Darius? This is, like, the biggest thing that people don't do.
Never retreat.
Yeah, that's basically it. This wave's going to build, and then it's going to push into me.
Rest.
And then I'll show, like, a mock example of how I would use this. So, got E. And Darius isn't going to get a lot done in the early levels here. That's not the point. The point is not that he kills Nasus level 1, 2, 3. The point is that this leads to Nasus being in a situation he can't get out of. Okay? So once this wave dies, this is the one that's gonna this is the one that would hit the tower if I don't do anything, right? I don't actually want it to hit the tower. I want it to be sat just outside the tower. So I'm gonna start thinning it now. And now I'm gonna let it pull down here. Okay? It's gonna sit here, and now we're in a situation where if Nasus ever walks up to either wave, Darius just ghosts on him, pulls him, kills, like, you know? And then if Nasus ghosts away, Darius goes, okay. Then he just stays here. And he just stays here forever. And Nasus has to bring his jungler to, like, 2v1 and break the freeze. But if they're doing that, Darius brings his jungler, and they 2v2 to hold the freeze. And Darius just stays here forever. There's nothing Nasus can do. So this is the... I say there's nothing Nasus can do. Obviously, Nasus can outplay him. He can, like, drag Darius into the wave so that when Darius goes for the all-in, his Q starts hitting the creeps and stuff like that. But yeah, you see the point. It's like a fundamentals thing about how you play the waves that causes you to be able to beat the Nasus. Or be favored against the Nasus. You don't just auto win, but that's how you should play the lane. Unless your jungler is nearly Kindred Graves and they want to invade enemy buff at level 2, there's no reason to leash at the moment. I agree. I think there's no reason to leash. 90% of junglers should be starting on chickens anyway. So yeah, leashing is pretty bad. Right, I'm going to end stream here. I'll be back later. I'm going to look at fixing the thing that's causing my stream to, like, break itself, and then